Hi everyone, today what we're going to be learning about is percent of change. So what percent of change is a ratio that compares the change in a quantity to the original amount. So your percent can either increase or decrease. The percent of increase would mean the percentage by which an amount goes up. Okay, think of increasing. If something increases, it goes up. And the percent of decrease is the percentage by which an amount goes down. So when we read these problems, so for example, last year 2,376 people attended the rodeo. This year attendance was 2,950. What was the percentage of change in attendance to the nearest whole percent? So when I look at this problem, I look at what it was. It was 2,376 and now it's 2,950. So that means it went up. So I know that this is going to be an increase. I want to keep that in mind as I go through this problem. So the formula that we're going to be using on every single problem here is this: percent of change equals your difference over the original. So difference means you're going to subtract the two amounts. I'm always going to put the positive one on top first. So 2,950 minus 2,376 over your original amount. Then you're going to subtract the amounts. You get 574, and then you divide in your calculator. Now we know how to convert a decimal to a percent. Remember, you want to move your decimal 2 spots to the right, and that is how you get your percent. Okay, and your final answer will either say increase or decrease depending on the problem. So let's try this out on our own. Find the percent of change in each situation. Round to the nearest tenth of a point if necessary. Remember to state whether the percent of change is increase or decrease and show the formula in all lines of work. So was 1.6 hours, now 9.95 hours. So I'm going to do the percent change equals the difference over the original. Okay, so I don't know what the percent change is, so equals. The difference, I'm going to put the higher number first, so 1.6 minus 0.95 over the original. The original was the 1.6. So I'm going to do that in my calculator. Remember to use the fraction button in your calculator, hit alpha y equals, and you could do 1.6 minus 0.95 on the top, and then 1.6 in your denominator, and you should get 0.40625. You must use the fraction button though. You have to input it into the calculator exactly how you see it here. So now I want to get this decimal as a percentage, so I'm going to move the decimal 2 spots to the right, and I am rounding to the nearest tenth. So this is equal to 40 point, okay, I see a 6, and then this 2 means I don't have to round it up, so 40.6%. Now, did I go up or did I go down? Well, it was at 1.6, and now it's at 0.95, so I went down. So 40.6% decrease. Next one, 48 notebooks from 14 notebooks. All right, so I know my formula, same formula as before. So that's going to be equal to the difference, 48 minus 14, over the original. All right, what was the original here? Well, this word from 14 notebooks is indicating that this 14 notebooks is what you started with. So the original is 14. So again, using your alpha y equals in your calculator, alpha y equals, to get that fraction, you're going to do 48 minus 14 divided by 14. Okay, and you might get a fraction. I got a fraction in my calculator. I got 17 over 7. Remember to hit the math button and go down to number 2, decimal, to get it to be a decimal, and click enter. and you should get 2.4287, ... We don't need any more decimals here. So again, to get this as a percentage, you're going to move the decimal 2 spots to the right. And we have a 242 point, all right, I see an 8, which is followed by a 5. So since it's followed by this 5, I know I need to round up, so that 8 becomes a 9. And since we went from 14 to 48, that's an increase because 48 is bigger than 14. So it's a 242.9% increase. Three months ago, Santos could walk 2 miles in 40 minutes. Today, he can walk 2 miles in 25 minutes. Find the percent of change. Okay, so we know we need to do the percent of change equals our difference over our original. So the difference would be 40 minus 25 over the original. So where did he start? He started 3 months ago. He started at 40 minutes. Okay, let's put that in our calculators. Again, alpha y equals, enter, 40 minus 25 divided by 40. Again, you get a fraction. You get 3 over 8. So you want to convert that to a decimal by hitting math and number 2 and enter, which is 0.375. So now I want to write this as a percentage. I'm going to move my decimal 2 spots to the right. I get 37.5%. Now, is this an increase or a decrease? Well, it went from 40 minutes to 25 minutes. That went down, so decrease. The number of the students in a chess club decreased. Great, they told us what's going to happen, decreasing from 18, this is your original, to 12. What is the percent of change? Round to the nearest percent. Okay, so difference would be 18 minus 12 over, what did it start with? It started at 18. That was your original amount. Okay, plug that in your calculator. Alpha y equals 18 minus 12 divided by 18. Again, you get another fraction, 1/3. Put that as a decimal in your calculator. You should get 0.33333333. Okay, so when I want to change this to a percentage, I'm going to move my decimal 2 spots to the right. And I get 33, and it says to the nearest percent. So this next number is a 3, so I don't have to round up. I keep it as 33%. And luckily they told us it was a decrease, so I'm going to write decrease. Nathan usually drinks 36 ounces of water per day. He read that he should drink 64 ounces of water per day. If he starts drinking 64 ounces, what is the percent of change? Round to the nearest percent. All right, so let's do our difference. So we always put the bigger number first, 64 minus 36 over our original. Well, he only is drinking 36 ounces right now. So that's our original. All right, put that in our calculator. Alpha y equals, boom, 64 minus 36 divided by 36. Another fraction, 7 over 9. We know how to put that as a decimal. Click math, number 2, enter. We have 0.77777, etc. Round to the nearest percent. Okay, great. Going to take this decimal spot, going to move it 2 spots to the right. I get 77.7. Since there is a 7 afterwards, I know I have to round up. So to the nearest percent would be 78%. Now, is this an increase or a decrease? Well, it went from 36 to 64, so that's an increase. Last question we're going to do together. Number 6. Ken said that he is going to reduce the number of calories that he eats during the day. I should do that too. This quarantine, I'm snacking a lot. Ken's trainer asked him to start off small and reduce the number of calories by no more than 7%. Ken estimated and consumed 2,200 calories per day instead of his normal 2,500 calories per day. So that's how much he was eating. He was eating 2,500 calories, and now he reduced it to 2,200 calories until his next visit with his trainer. Did Ken reduce his calorie intake by 7%? Well, let's see what our percentage is. So again, we're going to do our difference, which would be 2,500 minus 2,200 over our original. His original amount of calories was the 2,500. Let's see what percent we get here. Calculator, alpha y equals 2,500 minus 2,200 divided by 2,500. Click enter. You have to change that to a decimal. You get 0.12. So if I change that into a percent, move that decimal 2 spots to the right, we're so good at that now, we get 12%. And he went down in calories, so that would be a 12% decrease. So, did Ken reduce his calorie intake by 7%? No. He decreased by 12%. And the justification is your math right here. All right, so that is the lesson for today.